Remember the promise? A few years ago, streaming in India was supposed to be a revolution. You know, all the entertainment you could want, on demand, no ads, for one simple price. But that's not really how it turned out, is it? Somewhere along the line, that dream started to crumble. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the Indian OTT market, and what we found is a pretty dark reality of manipulation, hidden costs, and broken promises. So how on earth did we get here, and what does it mean for all of us? To really get a sense of the scale here, just look at this number, 601 million. That's how many people in India are now on OTT platforms. Let that sink in for a second. That's more than the entire population of the United States. Streaming isn't just a big city thing anymore. It has swept into every corner of the country. It's how millions of us watch movies, shows, and especially sports. The audience is absolutely massive, which means the stakes couldn't be higher. And this quote, this says it all. It's from an actual lawsuit, and it just perfectly captures the frustration that so many people are feeling. You feel cheated, right? The deal you thought you signed up for, well, the rules changed mid-game, right under your feet. This feeling, this bait and switch, is right at the heart of why the whole subscription model in India is starting to show some serious cracks. It all kicked off with what you could call the great OTT gold rush. Think back to 2016, when Jio 4G launched. Suddenly, fast, cheap internet was everywhere, and it unlocked a whole new era. It was like a dam breaking. A universe of content was right at our fingertips. Global giants, local players, everyone rushed in, promising us endless choice and total convenience. And you know what? For a little while, it really did feel like a golden age for the Indian viewer. But that honeymoon period, it didn't last. The dream is definitely turning sour. The data is clear. Subscription growth is hitting a wall. People are frustrated. They're tired of juggling multiple apps, and they're starting to push back. So that's the big question we're tackling today. Why? What went so horribly wrong between that promise of a content paradise and the frustrating reality we're all living with now? To find the answer, we have to start by looking at something you probably don't even think about, the design of the apps themselves. Because a huge part of the problem isn't just the price or the content, it's how these platforms are deliberately, intentionally built to nudge you, to trick you, and ultimately to trap you. And no, this isn't accidental. It's a calculated strategy. There's a name for this, by the way. It's called dark patterns. And let's be really clear about what this means. These are not just bad design choices or some kind of technical glitch. As the definition says, these are interfaces deliberately crafted to manipulate you. They're designed to make you sign up when you don't mean to make it nearly impossible to cancel, and to get you to pay more than you ever intended. And they are absolutely everywhere. One analysis found that a staggering 83% of Indian OTT platforms use something called drip pricing. That's where they sneak in hidden fees right at the end. 75% use subscription traps to make canceling a total nightmare. This isn't just a few bad apples. We're talking about an industry-wide playbook. Let's get more specific. Take this number, 86%. That's how many Indian users have run into something called interface interference. You know exactly what this is. You decide to cancel a subscription, and suddenly you're clicking through a maze of menus, weird guilt-tripping messages, and confusing options. The Keep My Plan button is huge and bright green, but the cancel link is tiny gray text hidden at the bottom of the page. Sound familiar? It's not an accident, and it's happening to almost all of us. And then there's forced action. 77% of us have been hit with this one. It's when a platform strong-arms you into doing something you didn't want to, like giving up way more personal data than they need. But maybe the most infuriating version is the one we're all seeing now. You pay for a premium, ad-free plan, only to have that same platform start showing you ads a few months later. And the only way to get rid of them? You guessed it, pay even more to get back the ad-free experience you already paid for. And this one might be the most shameless of all, the classic bait and switch, which over half of users have experienced. You buy a subscription thinking, great, I've got access to the whole library. But then you click on that new blockbuster movie and bam, another paywall, a hidden rental charge. You are already a paying subscriber and they're asking you to pay again. It's just unbelievable. Okay, so these tricky designs are bad enough. But if you zoom out from the user experience, the picture gets even darker. We're now seeing massive systemic problems in the market itself. What looks a lot like a monopoly on content and a huge structural flow of Indian money right out of the country. We were promised more choice, right? We'll take a hard look at this market breakdown. By 2025, just 3 companies, Jio Hotstar, Amazon Prime Video, and Netflix, are projected to control nearly 2/3 of the entire Indian subscription market. This isn't the vibrant, competitive space we were sold. It's an oligopoly. It's a market where just three giants get to call all the shots, setting the prices and the rules for everyone. So, how do they maintain that grip on the market? It's simple. They create content cartels. They buy up and lock down the things we absolutely have to watch. Live cricket, the big Bollywood releases, the regional hits, and they stick them behind separate, exclusive paywalls. So, if you want to watch the IPL, a new Shah Rukh Khan movie, and the latest Telugu blockbuster, you're forced to subscribe to 3 different platforms. This is exactly where subscription fatigue comes from. And this whole situation has a real national economic cost. Look at this number, $82 billion. That's an estimate of the annual financial loss India faces from a global system tilted in favor of richer nations. A big piece of that puzzle is money being sent back home by foreign multinationals. And in our OTT space, where 2 of the top 3 players are foreign-owned, a huge portion of the fees paid by millions of Indians doesn't get reinvested here. Nope, it just flows directly out of the country. But here's the thing. Indian viewers are not just passive victims in all this. Faced with rising costs, deceptive apps, and a fragmented content library, a quiet revolt is definitely underway. People are finding their own ways to push back against a system that feels more and more exploitative every day. So what does this user revolt actually look like? Well, for one, there's churn, or what you could call subscription hopping. People sign up to watch one specific show, and the moment it's over, boom, they cancel. Then, of course, there's account sharing. I mean, let's be honest, it's become the new normal for so many families. And maybe, most ironically, digital piracy, the very thing streaming was supposed to kill, is making a huge comeback. All of this points to one simple, devastating conclusion. Consumer trust is being destroyed. Which brings us to the final, really tough question. After all the hype, all the investment, all the excitement, is the Indian OTT dream just over? Have these platforms, in their nonstop chase for more and more profit, effectively killed the golden goose? Let's just call it what it is. The original promise was about choice and freedom. The reality for millions of us has become manipulation and frustration. The subscription model that we know is breaking. And it's not because of bad technology or a lack of good shows. It's breaking under the incredible weight of broken trust. The basic deal between the platform and the viewer has been violated. So I'll leave you with this one last critical question to think about. In this massive, expensive battle for control of our screens, where these giants are using every trick in the book to lock us in and get more money, are we, the Indian viewers, the ultimate casualties in this whole streaming war?